Perhaps you sometimes wonder why you think, feel, and act the way that you do. I will try to draw an illustration that helped me to understand this myself. This drawing illustrates biblical teaching about your personality. It shows you how to make Christ master of your life and how to master life. It all starts with God. God is the Almighty Creator. So I'm going to write the word God right up here at the top of my paper. And He gave us a unified personality. I'm going to start with a circle with a couple of spaces in that circle. That's supposed to represent you. Maybe it looks like you, maybe it doesn't. But in any case, it represents you and your total personality. And we're going to fill in the unified personality here. The first part of this is the body. The body is the most obvious to us. It's what we see. It's used for identification, used for participating, perceiving, and communicating the world around us. And that happens through the five senses of sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. All right? The second part of our personality is the soul. I'm going to write that up here at the very top inside of the circle. The Bible says you are a soul, and that God breathed in, the breath of life into man. He breathed His life into this person. So the Bible calls the soul the life or the total self. There are three elements of the soul: the mind, will, and the emotion. So I'm going to write that here in the middle. Mind, will, and emotion. And that helps form your distinctive personality. The Bible also says that you're pictured as a spirit. I'm going to write the word spirit up here at the top in kind of a vertical fashion. The Spirit directly relates you to God's image. It gives you the capability or the capacity to be aware of God and to be aware of yourself. We get to the natural person, and this is where a lot of folks are in this world. Humanity succumbed to Satan's temptation. So I'm going to write the word Satan down here at the bottom. As we know, the good and the evil that is in this world all boils down to these two influences. Satan's influence our personality through the flesh. I'm also going to write that vertically. Now, the flesh represents your body as well, but specifically here, as Paul talked about, the tendency, not just the capability, but the tendency to sin. I'm going to draw a couple of doors here to represent the choice. Okay, you have to choose to open a door, or at least choose to have that door open for you. And it will stand between the door of the Spirit and the door of the flesh. Unfortunately, when Adam and Eve, the first human beings, were tempted by Satan, they chose to turn from God's leading and to follow Satan. At that moment, the human being's ego became a big I. Okay, so we're going to draw an I in here. Here you see that? And the door of the Spirit closed. Alright, the flesh came alive. Humanity died spiritually, so we're going to cross out the word spirit. Alright? The entire personality The mind, will, and emotions begin to degenerate, infiltrated by evil and death. As we know, as soon as a child is capable of moral action, they become the transgressors, and they are responsible for their own door being closed. And this is the condition of the natural person. I'm going to write that up here. The natural person. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 2:14, the man without the Spirit does not accept the things that come from the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him, and he cannot understand them because they are spiritually appraised. Your thoughts are influenced by evil, your emotions control you, and your will, your decision-making capability, is weak. The Bible says a natural person cannot please God. This is how we are all born into this world.